This video, I take you down to look at the absolutely awesome 1960s Express mechanical positioning system. Just look at this. Just look how well built and nicely designed this is. Just consider, this has been in non-stop use from the 50s and 60s all the way to the present day. And it's just worked seamlessly, reliably. And a lot of these are still in use. Consider how old they are, being built in the 50s and still in use today. It is so well built. And the design of it is so nice. You press that, it goes round. And all this does is it remembers the position of the lift for the relay logic. So these literally just make a circuit to show the relay logic where the lift is in the shaft. And it uses a shaft bar system. So every time a lift goes past the shaft bar, it presses these relays at the back. Just look at relay there, it presses that. Then when you press it, that happens. It makes the thing go round. That connects up the circuits. What floor the lift's at is really nice. So then, let's take a ride in my awesome 1960s Express lift. Right, let's press the button. No, wait, can't press the button because it's in inspection. Have to put it into normal. Now, press the button and the lift will start moving. And there we are at floor 3. That is so nice. And another really good thing about it is when you put an inspection, it doesn't lose precision. Because if you do an inspection run, so put an inspection, now let's drive it. So, press the go and down button and so, I'll stop the lift there, halfway between the first floor and the second floor, and it knows its position. That is so good. Now, every now and then, they do lose their position. If you put onto inspection or stop the lift at the exact wrong moment, this is passing shaft bar, it does get out of sync. But it's an easy fix. You run the lift to the top floor and the bottom floor, and the system will not go beyond its limit. It won't go beyond how far it's designed to go. Run it to the top and bottom floor, gets the lift back into sync. It's just such a nice design. Just look at this inspection control. This is so very rarely get to see this. Oh, it's so nice. Most of these inspection controls have been replaced with more modern ones. These are often still original, buttons still there, but I don't know why the inspection controls get replaced because it's such a nice inspection control. And the button is just really, really nice. Oh, look at, oh no, sadly slightly cracked on that. But as I say, single speed, one call at a time model, because it's got that bit there, it says when the lift's coming. So if the lift's not in use, you press the button, and that lights up to tell you the lift's coming. So there's several different models of these. The smallest model is like a miniature express lift. It's meant to be. I think Express were trying to do a home lift sort of thing. Because these lifts can only fit 2 people in. So it's like copying other lift companies' ideas saying a home lift. But usually home lifts have swing doors. Express had a massive shutter door. When a little tiny lift only takes 2 people, the shutter door took up most of the space of the lift car. It was so heavy duty for a home lift. Next model up from that is of course the single speed Express, one call at a time. Classic model, loads of them about, extremely reliable, and you still see them a lot even today. The next model up is the 1 metre a second Express with levelling, and this model can actually remember calls. The next model up from that is the 1.5 metre a second 6-phase model. This can remember calls, and it also has a lift chooser. So you press the button, if there's 2 lifts, it will send the lift closest to you to your floor. Now that sounds really simple, because of course with computers, this simple algorithm, press the button, work out which lift's closest, and which lift's obviously most efficient to come to your floor, and it sends that lift there. With relays, to do a calculation, remember, relays are usually doing very simple binary things, such as, is it going up or down, is the doors opening, it's literally just making circuits, that's all a relay is. So to make a calculation of which lift to send, that is really advanced. And the 6-phase motor is so good because you can have it in 1 2 3 1 2 3 mode to start it off. Then when it speeds up, it switches to 1 1 2 2 3 3 mode to get up to full speed. It's such a good design. And I also believe there's also a 2.5 metre a second version of it, although I've never come across this. So, first generation was from the 50s and 60s. There was actually a 0th generation in the 30s, which were like really simple but really awesome and very rare lifts. So replacing first generation after the 60s was the second generation. And look at this, classic, absolute classic. And second generation has these relays, which I call plug and play relays. Sadly, I can't show you a first generation relay because I don't have one, but it's a very different design. These relays just plug it into your logic. The relay goes wrong, pull out relay, get a new one, put it back in, and look how small the relay is compared to traditional relays. It's a really compact design. Doesn't last as long, but a lot easier to replace. And the logics for second generation were entirely relay logic. But it has these boards, not for logic cabinets themselves, because if there's 2 lifts, it'd be 3 cabinets. The relay cabinets for controlling the 2 lifts. Then in between them you have the lift chooser cabinet, which uses this circuit board to decide the most efficient way to run the calls sending which lifts to which floor. And it's a plug and play board. See there, it plugs into the cabinet. It's a bit like Thames Valley's design, except Express design. A lot less is known about it. There's actually very few of these still in operation compared to the first generation, which is loads still in use. Express are really reliable, but for some reason it's the second and third generations are being replaced more than the first generation. I don't know why. And this is a really rare board. Replacing this into the 80s was the third generation. The third generation I think was pretty similar to the second generation. The only major difference, a third generation pulses for motors. Oh, that is such a nice button. But what's really nice